This week, we're going to be talking about a show that I think everybody should be talking about right now. But first, do you hear that? Not the plane. Birds chirping. It's a bright, beautiful summer day. So, obviously, I'm going to recommend something bright and cheery to go along with that summer feeling, right? Wrong. Hey everybody, welcome back to TLTV. My name is Tyler, and you may or may not have noticed, but we've revamped a few things. So, let me know what you think down in the comments. This week, we're going to be talking about the hit show The Handmaid's Tale. Now, this dystopian drama series is based off of the novel of the same name by Canadian author Margaret Atwood. Now, if you're already a fan of the show and you're already watching, you may think how this show is very relevant and tackles a lot of themes that we're dealing with today. But this novel was released in 1985. The show follows a woman named Offred, or Of Fred, played by Elizabeth Moss, who is living in a dystopian state that used to be America, but now is the theonomy of Gilead. Yes, theonomy. I had to look this up myself. It is a Christian form of government that is ruled by divine law. Yeah. The series is a combination of past and present, wherein we do get more of the present, but we have these little flashbacks sprinkled in that give us an idea of how this world came to be. And it is fucking terrifying. Why? Because it's little shit like the LGBT community not being granted rights, or women not being allowed to buy birth control without their husband present because there's a fertility crisis. Because obviously they can't make that decision themselves. Sarcasm. But then it escalates to people being hunted down and killed for their sins. Now, these extremists were in the highest forms of power when they overthrew the US government and installed their own totalitarian regime. A regime in which women are used as slave labor in a toxic wasteland. They're not allowed to speak unless they are spoken to. And, oh yeah, here's the kicker. They're used for breeding if they're fertile. How are they used? They're assigned a commander and wife to live in their household and be their handmaid. Hence the name of the show. How are they used for breeding, you would ask? Artificial insemination? Something along those lines? No. Let's just put it this way. There's a ceremony that happens once every few weeks between the commander, his wife, and the handmaid, and it will make your skin crawl. Now, you might be asking yourself, Tyler, why the fuck would I want to watch something like this? Because it is one of the most incredible shows on TV right now that's not getting that much attention. I mean, it's got a little buzz here and there, but it's in no way being talked about the way that Game of Thrones and Westworld is, and I think it's on those levels. And the main reason why I think that is because it's on Hulu. It's original content that not everybody is willing to pay for a subscription just to see this show. Don't get me wrong, Hulu has a large subscriber base, us included, but it's nowhere near the amount of people who watch Netflix. I mean, it's Netflix and chill, not Hulu and cuddle. I wasn't familiar with Elizabeth Moss's work prior to this show. No, I haven't seen Mad Men. It's on the list. I know. But my God, is she a powerhouse. Watching her internal struggle, which is acted entirely through her face, because she's not allowed to express herself and move freely, and she's covered from head to toe except for her face in this handmaid's outfit. It's just, there's so much raw emotion and struggle going on, and seeing the wheels turning in her head for all the shit she wants to say but can't because she's being beaten down in this terrible dystopian world is just, you just can't look away. So I will definitely be more inclined to watch something in the future if she's in it. There are two other actors in this show who have what I call the Umbridge effect. Quick sidebar for the muggles in the audience. The Umbridge effect is something that I came up with to describe the feeling I get when I watch the fifth Harry Potter film. Dolores Jane Umbridge is a character in the fifth Harry Potter book and subsequent film, Order of the Phoenix. She was played by Imelda Staunton to such a perfect degree that every time I watch that movie, I get in a blind fury of rage at how much I hate that woman. That's a sign of a great actress. Back to Handmaids. Yvonne Strahovski from Dexter and Chuck, and Joseph Fiennes from Shakespeare in Love and Enemy at the Gates are two actors who I feel have achieved the Umbridge effect in this show. They play such vile and despicable people in this show, but there are moments where the layers are uncovered and you start to really understand the motive behind their decisions, and you almost like them for a split second. And then they do something else that reminds you of why you just vehemently detest them with your entire being. It's just amazing to watch. And it's hard to look away, to be honest, because you want these people to escape this trap that they're in. But the show writers have also put it in there to make you see the humanity on the other side of it, to where you almost understand it. But you're disgusted by the levels and the lengths that these people have gone to get what they want. That's just fantastic writing. One of the things that is so powerful about this show is the visuals. I mean, the cinematography itself is fantastic, but the stark use of color is so striking and so very powerful. It is this dismally gray world that they live in, and you've got this stark contrast of red in the handmaids' cloaks, which is contrasted beautifully by the muted blues of the wives' cloaks, who are barren and can't have children. Another important aspect about the show is that it's not so much about what's said, but more about the subtext and what goes left unsaid. So this is not some show that you can just throw on in the background, but even if you tried, it would pull you in every single time. Now, the one negative thing I will say about this show is, as great as it is, that's how fucking depressing it is. Watching these people suffer and go through these horrible events just really just brings you down. I mean, my wife and I are just a cuddled mess of sadness by the end of each episode. And you really need to be in a certain place to watch this. So if you're having a bad day, maybe watch some cartoons or AGT instead. That's it for this week. If you've seen The Handmaid's Tale, let me know what you think down in the comments, but keep those spoilers to a minimum. And Lily has a message for you guys. She wants you to like, comment, and subscribe. Yes. Yeah, right? Subscribe, yes. That means subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. Subscribe! Yeah! Thanks again for watching. See you next week.